only takes one day to lose months of trading profits. Something I've noticed about my trading is that I'm actually not unprofitable over long periods of time, but every couple months or every couple weeks, I have that one bad day where I get tilted, I start revenge trading, I start over trading and over leveraging, and before I know it, I've lost the last 2 weeks of my P&L, all gone. Last night I took 3 trades and I started on a win and then I took 2 losses. This was over a period of about 1 hour of trading. The market was pretty choppy in my opinion. We were having heaps of volatility, and the 2 trades that I lost, I got stopped out instantly. I was sitting there looking at my screen and I was angry. I was tilted and I hadn't yet realized it. I started hyperfixating on my P&L. I was looking at it and I was looking at how that number was lower than it was before I'd started. I didn't yet realize it, but I was in a gambling mindset. I was no longer thinking clearly. I was only thinking about making back those profits. And I'm lucky because if I didn't realize this sooner, or if it took me any longer to realize this, I could have very well spiraled, and I've done this so many times before. Just yesterday, I was talking about how I think my psychology has gotten so much better, but the truth is it doesn't matter if you've had good psychology for a week, it doesn't matter if you've had good psychology for a month or a year. It only takes one bad day to just blow it all out the water. It doesn't matter if you're having a good mindset for 2 months straight and making slow progress. You can click that button and lose it all very quickly. I was able to realize that I was tilted and I logged out of my account. And I ended up going to bed kind of frustrated about the fact that I took a loss. And the truth is everything I talk about on my channel is about how taking one loss doesn't matter in the bigger picture, or taking one loss doesn't matter when you look at your overall P&L and you look at your win rate and your statistics. But in that moment, I couldn't stop thinking about how I was frustrated. I was tilted about taking a loss, and it was unreasonable. I was able to wake up today and be happy and content with myself, knowing that I didn't let that frustration lead me into taking more trades and blowing any more profits. There's 2 ways that this could have gone. Either I could have started taking trades, losing profit on the account, and then had to come on here and tell you guys that I just blew another account after making several videos talking about how my psychology is getting better, or I could have woken up today like I did and been happy about the fact that no, I followed my rules and I didn't do anything stupid. Once you click that button, there is no going back. If you decide to risk $1,000 on this trade when you usually only risk $250, once you're in that trade and that trade's in the drawdown, there is nothing you can do about it. And I think this is one of the hardest things to master. And that's what makes trading difficult. Trading is meant to be easy, but if you can't understand your own mind and if you can't understand what's actually going through your head, then it's never going to work. And this is only something that I've learned through experience. I realized that I was in this state of mind only because I've been in this state of mind so many times, and this is the exact state of mind that has led me into blowing accounts, getting extremely upset, leading myself into weeks of self-doubt, losing money, and just overall being a gambler. If you can fight that feeling, if you can just log out of your account or set a maximum daily loss on the prop firm you're on, if you can do anything to just avoid being in this mindset and making these really bad decisions, then you can be profitable over the long run. The thing is majority of traders, I can't speak for everybody, but I can speak for myself. It's you're not actually unprofitable. It's just that you have these days every now and then that throw away all of the good work that you've been doing. Trading is one of the only things you can do where you can make so much progress and then just throw it away so quickly. If you own a business, yeah, you can maybe make a bad mistake somehow and lead to losing heaps of sales, but there's no way of just losing everything that you've worked hard for. But you can do that in trading. If you had $100,000 in an account and you took one loss, you're not going to risk $50,000 of your own money because you're upset. And if you do, you're fucked. Instead, you need to think about these prop firms and realize that, hey, I need to fucking straighten up here. I need to get myself in check, whatever that takes. Whether that's taking a walk, whether that's going and, I don't know, man, having it, go and pour yourself a glass of water. Do anything you can, but I would suggest logging out of the account. It's only one day of a loss. You can stomach that. It doesn't matter. It's just one loss. But at the time, it really feels worse than that. It feels like you've been emotionally hurt because taking a loss hurts your ego. It makes you feel like you're a bad trader. But that's not what's happening. You're just letting the probabilities play out. I thought I'd come on here and talk about it because I found it crazy that I literally, the same day that this was happening to me, I was talking about how good my psychology is. And then there I was, sitting on my computer, frustrated, in a full tilt zone, like a monkey from 2,000 years ago, thinking that, he's going to die because his bananas were taken from him. No, I just lost the trade. It does not matter. I can make it back tonight. Like, it's such a simple change, and maybe you guys don't actually have this issue as much as I do, but like, damn, bro, I was close. I was honestly close, and I'm so glad that I was able to realize that I was tilted, because I don't even know what would have happened if I didn't realize. And obviously there's going to be some of you who just are risking well and using good risk management but are still just unprofitable, and that's fine. That just means you might need to make a few tweaks and changes. But I can almost guarantee you guys that if you really look at your data and you really think back and don't block out the things that you don't want to remember, really think about everything in the past that you've done, I'm pretty sure that you'll realize that you actually aren't unprofitable because of taking bad setups with good risk management. It's actually because there was somewhere in there you slipped up. You were in a bad state of mind and you slipped up, and now you're fighting to make that back. And that is what it is. That is what trading is. It's fighting your emotions, staying disciplined, and regardless of the outcome, sticking to your plan. I feel like recently in my videos, I've been coming across as a bit too much like I think I'm a super good trader, and that's just not the case. I do think that I've been improving recently, and that's why I've been making content about it. But still, by no means am I a profitable trader. I haven't made any money yet, and I'm still fighting these problems every day. So I think it's super important that I share this with you guys. I don't want to just be sharing the ups. I don't want to just be sharing my wins. It's super important that I keep this real with you guys. And as much as, yeah, I didn't actually spiral yesterday, it really could have happened, and I was really close. I don't know why I was even mad about it. I lost exactly how much I was planning on risking at the start of the day. Maybe I just had a bad day. Maybe I was stressed. Maybe I was anxious. Didn't take the right, measures before I started trading to be in the right state of mind. But that's the thing. Like, you trade every day. There's bound to be days in your trading where you're not having a good day, and you probably shouldn't have even been on the charts in the first place. But yeah, overall, I'm happy with myself that I was able to just stick to the plan, not overtrade and not over leverage when I was feeling like doing it. I wanted to do it. I wanted to make back my money, but instead I just logged out of my account and went to bed. And now I get to share a positive video with you guys. I don't have to come on here and say that I blew an account. I'm able to talk about things positively, and I'm able to be proud of myself for sticking to the plan. I posted about this on my Instagram right after it happened, talking about how I was a bit tilted. And I think if you want to follow my Instagram, you'll find out a lot more about when I'm actually trading and my actual mindset in the moment. I've said this before, but I find it hard to jump on and make a video right after trading because it's late. So follow me on Instagram if you want to keep up to date with my trading progress a little bit more. I'm going to be streaming tonight on YouTube at 8:30 a.m. New York time if you want to tap in. If you've got any questions, or if you just want to hang out for a bit while I'm trading, that'd be sick. And yeah, boys, thank you for watching. I know it was only a short, sort of sweet video. Maybe you didn't get any value from this, but I think that there's definitely things you can learn from this. And I'm just super happy that I was able to avoid these mistakes, because this has always been my biggest problem in trading. As much as I talk about my psychology being good at the moment, it only takes one day. It doesn't even take one day. It takes one or two bad trades and you're cooked. Appreciate you for watching, boys. Catch ya.